It's been 4 weeks now. Will these Sentinels ever come? My friend Tom Petty was right. The waiting truly is the hardest part. Wait a minute. Who could that be this late at night?
Dad, the Sentinels came!
What? That's not the right Sentinel! Angie L's grounded! Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via FedEx, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, Horse and Buggy, and of course, that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. And we also cover the action figure news of the week that interests me, that hopefully interests you. But we always start weekly purchases off with a recap of the week that was on the channel. And as we've been in this rut, I don't know if it's a rut, but the last few months we've had a ton of stuff coming out. We've had a ton of videos up on the channel. So a little bit of a recap for this week. Of course, we did our Thursday tradition now, our top 5 list. We did a Honky Tonk Man top 5, so hopefully you guys check that out. Put your top 5 Honky Tonk Man figures in the comments below on that one. We also opened up from Marvel Legends Tigra, and I don't think she was a part of weekly purchases last week, so we'll include her this week. We unboxed PCO from Figures Toy Company, a Ring of Honor figure. We don't do a lot of Figures Toys Company figures on the channel, and there's kind of a reason why, but PCO, solid enough. Check out that video if you're interested in Figures Toys Company. And then one I was excited for, Super 7 King Diamond. You guys know I love face paint, I love heavy metal, I love Danish people. Count me in on King Diamond. I had to unbox that. I was so excited to unbox that, so check out that review on the channel as well. We unboxed some He-Man this week, Masters of the Universe Revelations, Scareglow, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. We unboxed Triclops, Masters of the Universe Origins, Mattel Creations exclusive on the channel. We also unboxed, well, we didn't unbox it, but we did our Jakks Class Superstars deep dive that we do every single Tuesday on the channel. Jakks Ringside Collectible exclusives, 2 of the greatest 2-packs in classic Superstars history, and some could very easily argue greatest 2-packs in wrestling figure history. So if you missed a Jakks video this week, go back and check out the classic Superstars. Another fun one this week, Todd McFarlane, Batman 66, Robin, Batman, and the Joker. We unboxed all 3 of those on the channel. So if you're interested in those, check that one out. We also did a throwback playset review of the Lady Liberty playset from Toy Biz, from the Marvel X-Men movie line Toy Biz. And then, of course, on top of all that, we had our daily Star Wars unboxings and reviews on the channel this week. Some totally off-the-rails videos this week on the Star Wars front. But daily Star Wars continues on in 2021. We'll see if it goes beyond, but we're doing it. We're doing it every single day in 2021. And then, of course, the big one this week was my action figure hunt video and the Mattel Reveals video. I almost forgot that. We'll talk a little bit about that in some of the news segments here. But the figure hunt video had my traditional weekly figure hunting video on Friday. Little movie in there. Actually, I haven't been to a movie theater since way before COVID. So getting to see Transformers, the animated movie, on the big screen, sign me up all day long. My oldest daughter got to go for the second time, and I got to introduce little Emma to Transformers the movie for the first time ever on the big screen. So we had a lot of fun, Dad and his daughters at Transformers. So that was a really fun adventure going to those movie theaters. Once again, like I said, it's been a long time. I still haven't watched Black Widow, Shang-Chi, still haven't watched Snake Eyes. Hopefully one of these days I'll find time to get around to that. Hopefully soon. I would like to see those movies. But the figure hunting, our weekly figure hunting video was up on the channel this week. And then a bonus video this week, my Great Fig Hunt Adventure. 3 states I covered. I was away traveling this week. I put in a lot of steps, a lot of working hours. This was one of the longest weeks of my life, to put it mildly out there. But an hour-long figure hunting video over 3 days, 3 states, all kinds of stuff. We got to see how the other half lives over in Wisconsin and Minnesota, northern Iowa, a little bit of northwest Illinois. All over the place this week. And like I said, an hour-long figure hunting video. Figure hunting videos are my most popular videos on the channel, if you can believe that. I don't know. People love a good fig hunt, and there's a lot to love about this one. There's a lot of surprises, a lot of crazy stuff along the way, and a lot of fun. And I also guested while I was up in Minnesota. I was on the Minnesota Toy Posse YouTube channel. I've been in the audience, or not the audience, I guess in the studio, we'll call it. I've been in the studio a few times over the last year, but I was back up this week, so check out the Minnesota Toy Posse. Give them a like, comment, and subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff that every YouTuber tells you to do. But check out my appearances on there. I was former Warrior Kyle on that one. I was right out of the work, right out of a meeting. I did take my tie off to go on the show, but I was in business attire, not my country western Kyle I got going on today. You know, I rode my horse in here and I got my country western garb on. You know, that's just the way I do it. It's October, it's Halloween. We got a lot of good stuff this month on the channel. We got to finally get around to unboxing some zombie figures. I have the Marvel Select Zombie line. I got them last October. I've been meaning to open them. I guess October is probably the time of the month to do it. Trying to think of some horror, scary related videos we can do in October. I think opening that Marvel Select line would be a great one. Maybe we'll do a deep dive into the mutants, monsters, and zombies wrestling lines from Mattel. Those are kind of cool. Maybe October would be the perfect time to talk about those, or maybe we talk about one of those and next year we talk about another one. But it is October, it is Halloween. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff on the channel around Halloween. There always is, and we got to keep it going. Alright, so that's a little recap of the week that was, what I was up to, the week we saw for videos on the channel, all that kind of stuff. I should tell you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Everybody says it, and I'm no different. But we're dangerously close to 10,000 subscribers. I think we need, I don't know, 298 or something like that. So we're getting really close. And once we get to that 10,000 mark, Ultimate Warrior Top 10, we'll do a Q&A video, and we'll find some other things to do. And we're also going to have a giveaway. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All the stuff everybody always tells you to. But we're dangerously close to 10,000. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So this week in news, not a lot of toy news this week compared to the last month or so, I would say. But I tell you what, this is the biggest purchases week I've had in months, if not maybe the last 6 months. A lot of stuff. So we're going to have a little bit of news and a ton of purchases this week. Kind of the opposite it's been the last few weeks. But this week we saw from Mattel, WWE, we're going to start with some wrestling news to kick it off with. Mattel Elite 89. Pictures went up this week, inbox pictures, and like that, they're shipping. So I think it was Wrestling Collectors Shop down in Texas is shipping currently, and of course Ringside Collectibles is shipping. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. So I would assume next week in weekly purchases we'll have Mattel Elite 89, and then we'll start the unboxing process of those on the channel, so be prepared for that. We also heard from Mattel that if you were a part of the initial group that ordered the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy and Hulk Hogan off of Amazon, those should start shipping shortly. I guess ignore maybe that August 3rd ship date. I think that's what mine says right now. It'll probably get updated. And they said if you ordered later, it will come early next year, maybe springtime next year in the second wave. Now, I ordered extremely early. Remember, I put that link up in all my social medias. SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course the community tab on YouTube. So I posted those links. So if you guys got off those links, most likely you're going to be in that first group. So hopefully that rings true and they don't mess up and put people that ordered first at the back. And you guys, we've seen that in the past before. But apparently those are supposed to be coming very soon if you were in the first group that ordered. So that's good to hear. We also did, and I talked about it briefly in the recap of the videos, on Friday I dropped the Mattel Reveals video. A lot of news. About a half-hour recap of the new Showdowns, Basics, Reckon, Royal Rumble, Legends, the Elite Goon. I talk in depth about all that stuff. So go watch that video if you did miss that somehow. It was just yesterday. But that's a lot of wrestling news there. But we got finally pictures instead of just computer-generated graphics of these figures. We got actual pictures and a lot of cool stuff in that, and a few head scratchers as usual. But check out that review. But a lot of good stuff coming that way. We also saw this week PCS statues. Not a huge statue, guys, you guys know, but I did unbox the Ultimate Warrior PCS statue on the channel. I'm sure you can search that as well. But they announced this week they are coming out with a Hulk Hogan version of the statue. A big statue. These are big, phenomenal looking in hand, in person. Just great. But with that comes about a $700 price point. So these are definitely not for everybody. Gotta say, I'm passing on this Hogan. I'm not a big enough Hogan fan to jump in on this. Something about the t-shirt mold on this one I don't like. I would have liked to seen something different. I would have loved to seen a bigger statue, kind of like that Unmatched Fury from Jax with him ripping his shirt. I think that would have been a cool big statue. Very iconic Hulk Hogan. Or in one of his signature poses, maybe a better pose. But it is coming. It's got one of his poses, but I would say not his most signature pose. Give me the old ear. Give me the old, double bi thing going. Give me some of that with the Hulkster statue, but it's not. But I know there's a million Hogan fans. Hulkamaniacs, I should probably call you guys. Probably refer to you by the right term. Millions of Hulkamaniacs out there that'll be all over this bad boy. So make sure you pick it up. Big Bad Toy Store. We always promote Big Bad Toy Store. Go to the link in my description of my channel. Just clicking that link helps the channel out. They tell you to support old Kyle Peterson via Big Bad Toy Store. You can get it through there, and you do not have to pay till it ships, which is always nice. I think on such an expensive purchase like that, there's like a $90 deposit you have to put down or something along them lines. But if you want to get the most of your money, that's my recommendation. Go through them. That's what I would do. So that's a little PCS Hulk Hogan statues this week. And then we turn our attention to NECA Cartoon Ninja Turtles. Turtle anxiety at an all-time high, and we'll talk Ninja Turtles in the weekly purchases this week. But we did see the announcement. We kind of got grayscaled early mock-ups of Toka and Razar from the cartoon packs. So we got the movie pack earlier this year. Now we got the cartoon packs coming sometime next year. So the Turtles keep cranking out. We keep getting some more Ninja Turtles out there, so that's real fun. We also saw this week from Metallica. Yes, Metallica. If you saw my video 2 weeks ago, it's so hard to say goodbye. I sold all my Metallica box sets. I made a pretty penny off of those, but I did end up selling those guys. But Metallica announced this week a 4-pack with the Black Album, Walmart exclusive, repaint black and white versions of their Funko Pops. This isn't for me. I do have the original Funko Pops. I'll keep those. I don't need this one. But for you Metallica fans, you metalheads out there, you Funko Pop collectors out there, upcoming Walmart exclusive Metallica. So that is pretty cool. We also saw something I like to joke about, but this looks actually pretty cool. We saw from Beast Kingdom, and I've never bought from them, never handled their stuff, but they have a Scrooge McDuck figure. Man, sign me up all day. I'm very tempted to get this Scrooge McDuck. I've said it before on social media, and I only like DuckTales. That's about the only Disney animated cartoon I've ever enjoyed. I don't like their movies. Even when I was a little kid, I remember being drugged to The Lion King. You just, I don't want to go to The Lion King. It's just too kiddie. Disney was always too girly for me as a kid, is what it seemed. I don't know, that's just my brain. I was G.I. Joe, I was Transformers, I was He-Man, I was the Action Adventure, Mask, Cops. Even I dabbled in some Captain Planet even. But I was just against Disney movies, and I just didn't want it. I wanted action. I wanted shooting, I wanted killing. I didn't want Disney movies or Disney cartoons. Chippendales Rescue Rangers didn't do for me. Actually, I did enjoy a little bit of Tailspin. But DuckTales was my all-time favorite. I did get into DuckTales, and I might need to get the Scrooge McDuck. I might set him up into a little pool, diving into Jedi Master Points. I've got billions of Jedi Master Points, and that's what that Scrooge McDuck would be good to jump into those. But I thought this looked pretty cool. If you're a DuckTales fan, I could see jumping on this one, but it looks pretty good to me. We also saw Star Wars this week coming in hot. George Lucas figure in Stormtrooper outfit. Very cool. A bit of a 2-in-1. You take the helmet off, it's George Lucas. That's pretty cool. Or if you don't want George Lucas, you just want another Stormtrooper, put the helmet on, it's a Stormtrooper. I like things like this. He's obviously the grandfather of the Star Wars universe. He has had figures in the past that have fallen under the radar a little bit. This might be his first 6-inch scale figure, though. I'm pretty sure that is correct. So I definitely had to pre-order this. I did grab it from Big Bad Toy Store, as I never saw the link go up on Amazon, and I'm passing on Hasbro Pulse for that one. So I did get it at Big Bad Toy Store, but we'll see. We'll see where that ends up going, but it's a pretty cool little tongue-in-cheek thing out there. A little bit for the die-hard Star Wars collectors, but I thought that was a pretty cool idea out there. And then we saw it's already begun, the 31 days of Halloween. We're on October 2nd, Saturday here, but every night, I guess every night, it says in the evening, so depending on where you're at and what evening is, I guess. But NECA is going to unveil some Halloween horror figures. So I guess there's going to be new horror figures, things to come, stuff like that. I got to think this month is where we are going to be announced. They're going to officially announce the cartoon NECA Turtle And I don't even know if they weren't in the cartoon, but I guess they had Playmates versions of the Turtles as the Universal Monsters. I think this is a great idea. Give us the cartoon Universal Monsters. I'm all in. I'm all in for that. I think that would be really cool. It sounds like they're going to be Target exclusives, so I got to think sometime this month we will see those announced. And who knows what other fun we might have. Fingers crossed, maybe some House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. I heard a while back they were working with Sid Haig, who played Captain Spaulding. They didn't want to feel like they were cash grabbing on his death about a year ago or so. So I think the time is now to start re-releasing some Captain Spaulding stuff. I think a lot of people would sign up for that. I'd sign up for that all day long. So hopefully a good Captain Spaulding Ultimate or something along those lines comes this month as an announcement. So stay tuned to your NECA social media. Stay tuned to the channel, like I always say. And that seems to be the news of the week. I'm looking at my notes, not a whole lot else, so a little bit of slow time. And with all the shipping issues and stuff, I'd say get your stuff. They're telling us get your figures now, get your toys now, because come Christmas, they're not going to be around. We've talked about that a lot on the channel for a while. I'm hoping that maybe we all get a break from our wallets for a little bit. These shipping slowdowns, they're going to say, hey, Hasbro, hey, Mattel, we need to slow down production. We got to let them catch up. So we might be able to get some figures and then have a long run where we can go back, get other stuff, pick stuff we missed, or just take a collecting break. It would be nice for all of our wallets, I think. So we'll see how this all untwines and unfolds, and we'll see what Santa's up to by year's end. So a lot more shipping news to come, I'm sure, in future weeks. But now we turn our attention to Album of the Week, and I had a lot of road time this week. I think I drove like 2,000 miles this week in my car, so I had a lot of time to sit, I had a lot of time to think, and I had a lot of time to listen to some albums. And actually, we're going to do 2 albums of the week this week, 2 of my favorites, and talk about total different ends of the spectrum in music. But the first one is Torn Arteries by Carcass. Any of you guys like Carcass? Pretty deep, heavy metal out there. Carcass is one of those bands where their last few albums I like more than their original albums. Most people can't say that. Most people don't like that. Most people don't like new stuff from traditional heavy metal artists out there, but I love Carcass. Their sound is great. I love the grinding music to it all. I've seen him in concert many times. I just absolutely love Carcass. So it's nice to get some new music. You know what to expect from Carcass. They're a lot like Motorhead. You know what you're getting, but it's always different. It's always changing. It's always evolving just a little bit, but you always know it's that classic sound. So if you're into Carcass at all, I strongly recommend checking out their new album. And then going to the other end of the spectrum, I was up in Minnesota. Who did I have to listen to? Of course, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, one of my all-time favorites. Definitely not heavy metal, but I've been a Bob Dylan fan since I was an early teenager, and I've loved him ever since. I've heard everything about he's ever done. Tons and tons of stuff, and he's got another issue of the Bootleg series out there, Springtime in New York City, covering some of his forgotten 80s albums. He's got some sleeper albums in the 80s, especially Infidels out there, Empire Burlesque as well, I like that one, and even Shot of Love. So it covers that with some outtakes, some live stuff, some different versions of songs. I love that kind of stuff. I love deep box sets. I don't care who it is of my favorites. I love to hear outtakes and stuff like that where they're working on songs. And if you heard my figure hunting video, I was quoting a lot of those Bob Dylan songs along the way. So I don't know if any of you guys picked up on that. I don't know how many Bob Dylan fans we got out there. And I think Bob still maybe holds the record for the band I've seen the most time. I think I've seen Bob 25 times over the years. So I love Bob Dylan. I'm a big Bob Dylan guy, if you can believe it. So Carcass, Bob Dylan, can't go wrong either way. I'd recommend checking both of them out. So there it is. All right, that's the news. That's the album of the week. Now we've got a long, and when I say long, I mean long. We've got a long weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to it. Let's jump into these weekly purchases. We're probably going to have to do a couple of cuts here. So we're going to fill this desk up fast. We're going to have to do it a couple of times. But as I said, I was on the road this week hitting a ton of stores. I think an hour and a half of figure hunting videos this week on the channel. So check those out if those are your thing. But you're going to see some of the fruits of the labor of the figure hunting game this week and some stuff that I got through the mail. So it's a really diverse week as well. There's really something for everybody, depending what you collect. And you guys know I collect a lot of stuff out there. So there's a little bit of everything this week. So a pretty exciting week and one of the biggest weeks, like I said, we've had in months. So buckle in, grab a beverage, and let's get after it. Let's start it off right now. And let's start it off with what if Kyle found a brand new Marvel Legends wave at his local Walmart? Well, what if would come true? As this week, I found Marvel's Captain Carter from the brand new What If wave. There it is right there. We also got Sylvie from that wave as well. Sylvie, the one that doesn't kind of fit in here. She's more of the Loki show, as you guys are probably fully aware. We've got Nebula. There's Nebula. Build-A-Figure Watcher in this wave here. We've got Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. There he is with his cool cape from Doctor Strange. We'll talk about all these on the channel, as you guys know. We also saw What If Zombie Captain America. This is the sleeper one. I guess I shouldn't say sleeper. This is most likely my favorite one of the set, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So we got Zombie Captain America. We've got Doctor Strange. This is a big set as well. We got 6 figures, I guess 7 if you count the Build-A-Figure in there. And then we've got Star-Lord, T'Challa Star-Lord. So there's that one there. So the What If wave crossed off. There's nothing I enjoy more than finding a Marvel Legends wave and finding every figure all at once out there. It's just great because then you can complete that Build-A-Figure, you can get it done, get it after it. Nothing worse than piecing sets together, especially with Build-A-Figure lines. So What If, done, crossed off the books. Let's do it. And then we move our attention to one I'm excited about. You guys know I reviewed the first series of these on the channel. I'm a kid of the age that I was all about the Age of Apocalypse. So Age of Apocalypse Series 2 is here. Sign me up. We've got Iceman, one of my favorite incarnations, my favorite incarnation of Iceman over the years. So we got Iceman right there. We got our boy Sabretooth, the big figure. You guys know I love a big figure, and I love Sabretooth, Wolverine, all that fun stuff. So we got Sabretooth. We've got Shadowcat. There she is, Shadowcat through the door this week. Very cool. And we've got Marvel's Legion. Love this one as well. A lot to like about the Age of Apocalypse. And we've got Marvel's Rogue. We all know Rogue. Rogue from Age of Apocalypse. We've got Magneto. Once again, probably my favorite Magneto version of the character ever. Age of Apocalypse Magneto. And we've got Cyclops. And we got the Build-A-Figure Colossus in this wave. So we got this one. And like I said with the What If, Age of Apocalypse, completed, all in one. It took me, I went to my first Walmart, if you saw the figure hunting video, found a couple of them, and I said, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Went to the next Walmart, found the whole set, pieced that together between 2 stores. But it was great to have 2 sets done, just like that, just out of nowhere. Now we gotta turn our attention to the Eternal set, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Far From Home? No Way Home? Homecoming? Spider-Man Homecoming. Let me work through the Rolodex. That wave is also hitting. So Eternals and that Spider-Man wave starting to hit. Hydra Stomper, a few other one-offs to get. But I think that'll pretty much carry us to the rest of the year with Marvel Legends. I hope, at least for my wallet's sake. But 2 sets done just like that. So that was really good. We also talked about it, mentioned it earlier. I unboxed Tigra on the channel this week. So I didn't have her as part of weekly purchases last week. I forgot her. But we got Tigra unboxed this week as well. And where do we go? How about we go and finish off Marvel Legends? Might as well. And I talked about Eternals. I walked into my Target store, or one of my Target stores, and they had Eternals on the pegs. And I about fell down from sticker shock. Said they were $26.49. I said these will never sell in 10 million years. But luckily I scanned it. It was $22.99. And I said these will never sell in 10 million years. But you guys know me. I'm a sucker for a new figure. So I picked these up. I'm definitely saving my receipt when these start going to clearance. If you buy with that Target Red card, I think you have 100 days or something like that to price match or take it back. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this with these Eternals. I bet you 90 days from now, these will be $9.99, much like the Shang-Chi wave we've seen in the past. But I did get the first one, Makari, and boy, this is going to be a tough one because I don't know anything about this. Maybe once I see the movie, I'll be a little bit better. I don't remember the Eternals or any of that when I was reading. Very, very interesting. This is coming out as a movie, and this is not the most toyetic line of all time, but Makari, and I believe this is the actress that is in The Walking Dead, and I believe she is deaf, if I'm correct on that, but got her there. We also got Marvel's Icarus. Yes, Icarus. There he is. He does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So we got 6 figures and a Build-A-Figure in this set. I do not think anyone will struggle to complete this set. It's just taken a while to get to retail. Only one of my Targets have put these out, and they only put these 2 figures out. They seem to be shipping in cases of 8, or sets of 8 of themselves. So 8 of each figure in their own case. Woof. Woof. And then following Eternals. Now this one is a little bit more exciting. The Crow, K-R-O, Crow. This is a scary monster-looking guy. I'll be excited to unbox this one. It's a deluxe figure. We always love a deluxe figure. So we got Crow from Marvel Legends. And then Marvel Legends, I ordered some stuff from GameStop, that Tigra included, and they gave me some cards. So let's do a live card unboxing right now from Upper Deck. Our friends at Upper Deck is what I'll call them. I haven't opened a pack of cards in quite some time, but let's see who I got. It's cool they threw this in for free. I'll take it. Why not? See you later. There it goes. We've got Zemo. We unboxed him on the channel. Build a figure. Probably going to be in my top 10 figures of the list for Marvel Legends. We'll see how that shakes out. We got Baron Zemo. Oh, good old Baron Zemo. Looking only like he can look. We got him recently in the Disney Plus wave. Then we got Blackheart. Now, Blackheart is one we have not received, and maybe this is a tip of the hat to the future. Maybe we'll get a Blackheart figure. Stranger things have happened. And then Leader, same thing. We've gotten a Leader recently, but definitely not this version of Leader. I see some kind of like special card or something maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know my cards too well. But we got that, and that was a cool throw-in. I'm all for free stuff. Hook me up. Thank you. But with Tiger, I also got Marvel Legends Quicksilver from the Infinity Saga, another one of these Infinity Saga figures. So I'll probably unbox that Iron Man I still have that I haven't unboxed with the Quicksilver. I'm still looking, I think, for Captain America. And that might be the only one I'm missing from these waves. So we'll see how that goes. But Quicksilver, through the door, I'm all in. And then, finally, for round one, we might have 2 or 3 rounds of weekly purchases here, but finally through the door, Slag, Slug, whatever we're going to call him, we're going to call him a lot of fun. As you guys know, I went to the Transformers animated movie this week, so it's just fitting that I finally got my dinosaur through the door. I'll probably unbox him and Grimlock together one of these days. I've had that Grimlock forever just sitting there. I need to unbox him too. I love Transformers, but I have the most confusing relationship with Transformers. There's too many starts, too many stops, too many height and size differences. It just makes it extremely difficult for me to collect. It frustrates me more than any line out there, but I love the Dinobots, so I'm all in on these Dinobots, so I'm very happy to get him through the door this week. All in. Like I said, it's Transformers week. I saw the movie. I might even have teared up a little bit at that movie. I don't know. I'm getting older. It was just, you know, you guys have seen Transformers the movie. It's sad. It's sad, especially that first scene where Ratchet and all those guys get just mowed down by the Decepticons. Just, man, that always just gets you right in the gut. And I was trying to explain it to my kids why it was so sad. I said, you guys got to understand here. When you're a little kid, you're 5, 6, 7 years old, you're playing with the toys of these figures every single day. You're playing with them. You're making a universe, playing with them. And guess what? You're watching them every single day on TV. You're watching every adventure, every episode. So then to go to the theater and see your life get flipped upside down like a young Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where people are cussing, people are shooting to kill. It was, I don't know if it was traumatic because I absolutely loved it as a kid. I was like, holy cow, this is how I play with my toys. So it was cool to see on film, but it just takes you back and you're like, holy cow, you know, this guy Ratchet, I've been a fan of him since day one, and he just gets blown away just like that. Nobody cares. Ironhide is just amazing. And then of course Optimus Prime and all that. I mean, trying to explain that to my kids or even my wife, it was just, they looked at me with a blank stare like I'm crazy. And I know some of you guys understand. You play with those toys every day, you watch them every day for years, and then all of a sudden you see them just get blown away just like that. It's just traumatic. It's traumatic, and it still hits me right here today. And it's funny watching that movie again in the theater, and I hadn't watched it in maybe 3 years or so. It's funny how Cup, the old guy there with all the old war stories, I'm starting to relate more and more to Cup every single day. I got all those war stories at work, and I'm like, this is probably how I am at my day job. You know, telling these guys about the old days, the old battles, the old wars that we used to have to go through, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm becoming that guy. I'm becoming that old guy. So I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic. Sometimes you view yourself as Optimus Prime. Sometimes you view yourself as Hot Rod, and then you become Cup. That's what happens out there. So there's a little Transformers talk, but happy to have my boy Slug. Always be slagged to me, but it is what it is. So there's first. Let me clean this off. Let's get to round 2 of weekly purchases. All right, let's kick off round 2 of weekly purchases. We're doing it in shifts here. That's how much stuff. We did all of our Marvel Legends. Now let's do a little bit of wrestling. Let's do a little wrestling figures this week. And if you saw my toy hunt out there, I came across this one. Trish Stratus China 2-pack. You guys know I'm not a huge basic showdown guy out there, but there's special ones you got to pick up, and I felt this one was one I needed to pick up, so that's exactly what I did. Now it's time to celebrate. The great hunt is over. You guys saw in the figure hunting video the excitement, the tears in the aisle. Nobody has championed this figure quite like me. From the day it was announced, I've been talking about it. I've been promoting it. Mattel, send me a royalties check because I've been helping. I think there's a lot of people that have bought this figure because they said, you know what, Kyle would buy it. I should buy it. I think we all should have this figure in our collection. And what figure am I talking about? Talking about the Warlord. It's time. He's finally here. It took me traveling out of state to find this Warlord. For whatever reason, my local, 15 Walmart stores that are in my drivable area, quick drivable area, those all have been restocking the SummerSlam set or going back to Elite 85. This has hit one of the area stores. Of the 14 Walmarts in the area, Elite 87 with the Warlord has only hit one of those stores. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? I crossed that border into Minnesota. First stop, there's 2 Warlords. Next stop, there's 2 Warlords. Everybody gets a Warlord. I talked to Brandon from the Minnesota Toy Posse. He found 10 Warlords up in Minnesota in one store. Warlord Mania running strong up in Minnesota. You Minnesotans are doing it right. Kudos to you. My hat's off to you. Warlords for everybody. That's what I say. Now I got to convince my dad to come on the channel and hopefully unbox this with me because we got 1 Warlord. We've got 2 Warlords. And now we've got 3 Warlords. So I got 1 mint on card. I got 1 to open. I got 1 for my dad. We'll see how many more Warlords we need. It could be no Warlord left behind. But I got to think Warlord's going to hit hard in my area. Eventually, right? It's got to eventually. But the Warlord is here. The long hunt, it just was frustrating, but it's finally done. Love the Warlord. I'm very excited to open this one up on the channel, so be prepared for that. I'm very excited. I've just got to think this is going to be a top 10 figure of the year for me. You guys know I love big dudes. I love face paint. I'm all in. I'm all in on this Warlord. I just hope one day we get a Barbarian, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we unbox that one. So there it is. All right, moving on. How about Jack's Ruthless Aggression? Now, this doesn't happen very often. Now, I did get this. I came across this at a good deal. Now, it's JBL. He's got his white hat on. This is more commentator JBL. Now, you're saying, Kyle, you already have this figure. Yes, I do, but I have mentioned in the past, I've got placeholders. I've got a few of those that are really hard to get that are placeholders, and this is one of those challenging instances with figures. A lot of figures are this way. This isn't necessarily rare. I should say it is very rare. This is the JBL off the ropes. This was a Rite Aid exclusive back in the day. So it does not come up a whole lot. But it is not worth a ton of money. It just isn't. There's not a lot of demand for this figure. Not a lot of people are looking for a suit JBL from the Rite Aid exclusive. It's just not wanted. But it's rare because it doesn't come up very often. And when it does come up, people will say, I need $300 for this. Because it doesn't come up, they perceive it to have a lot of value. Just because it doesn't come up a lot doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money. That's my roundabout saying here. And that goes for a lot of toy lines out there. Finally saw this come up, and one issue we have with a lot of these Jack's Ruthless Aggression figures is their ties are always cut. They break off, a little kid cuts them or whatever. Mine had loose frog-like joints, drove me nuts, and I found this at a good price. Very stiff joints, very mint. Happy to have JBL in the door, a much cleaner version. So there you go. Got that this week. Right before we hit the Transformers movie with my daughters, we came across this boy. This boy? Yeah, this boy. This little fine young man right here, Chris Jericho. I already have 2 of these, or no, I have 1 of these that I opened up on the channel. I figured I'd buy another one because we'll get that Amazon exclusive that comes with 2 shirts. And I said I'd like to display both shirts so I could have kind of smoke and mirrors making a different figure. So that's what I'm doing with that Jericho. That's why I picked up my local Walmart. These are really starting to hit that series right now too. So there you go. And then wrestling action gets crazy. Sergeant Slaughter Mania. Remember, guys, I unboxed this on the channel like 2 months ago. So if you want my unboxing of Sergeant Slaughter with all my thoughts, go back, search it on the channel, search Kyle Peterson Sergeant Slaughter, it'll pop up. But I unboxed this, but I finally got the ones I pre-ordered via Mattel. So I got Sergeant Slaughter. I got my second Sergeant Slaughter. There he is right there. And then I got another Sergeant Slaughter. And another Sergeant Slaughter. And you're saying, Kyle, what are you doing with 4 Sergeant Slaughter? It was a limit of 2. And yes, exactly right. It was a limit of 2. I bought 2. Unfortunately, 1 is a little bit banged up. That's a little disappointing. But I got 2 Sergeant Slaughters, my 2. One, as you guys know, I have a loose one and a mint on card set. Hopefully I get a chase. But now these 2 over here is our old buddy, friend of the channel, David C. Anderson out there. He was on the fence on the Slaughter, then decided to get one. And I said, order 2 if you could, because I need one for my dad. My dad unfortunately got iced out on the Sergeant Slaughter. He tried to pre-order one, didn't make it. So David got 2. Luckily, one of these is for my dad, and the other one is David C. Anderson's. And David C. Anderson, like I said, great friend of the channel. He is going to let me unbox his version. I'm going to unbox all 4 of these on the channel. We're going to do a little lottery. We're going to see, does Kyle get a chase out of any 4 of these? And David just wants the Slaughter to open, so he doesn't care if it's a chase, so he's going to give it to me. And same with my dad. He just wants one to open. So hopefully between these 4, I can get 1 chase and 1 regular edition. Fingers crossed, and then I already have my loose edition that we unboxed on the channel. So I'm going to unbox 2 for myself. Hopefully one's a chase, and then 1 will go to my dad, 1 will go back to David C. Anderson. So that's kind of how that worked out, but I appreciate them helping me out on the channel. You know, it takes a team. It takes a team in the action figure game. And, you know, I gotta be, and I'm just dreading it. I'm dreading if I don't get a black one, then I'm gonna have to pay like $200 for it. And, so hopefully somewhere in here, we got at least 1 black chase. Fingers crossed. I might even drop that video. If you're watching this Saturday at drop time, I might even drop it Saturday night. We'll see. We'll see. I might drop it Saturday night. So there you go. How about a little Batman 66? Like I said, we unboxed Batman 66, Robin, Joker, and Batman this week on the channel. And I said, you know what? I better pick this up. We've seen this in figure hunting videos over the last few weeks. I saw it again this week. I said, now's probably the time. So I picked up the classic Batmobile. Very excited to have this one through the door. All about that Batman, all about that Batman 66. I don't know if I need the variant Batman and Robin and Joker, the chase versions. Those don't do a lot for me. I think I'm all good on those. But I definitely needed the Batmobile. Verdict's still out on the playset. We'll see what happens when I see that out in the wild. I may pick that up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, you guys saw it this week. One of my most anticipated unboxings of 2021. Super 7 coming through hot, and I had to get another one. King Diamond. Yes, the King, Danish heavy metal legend, Merciful Fate. Check out King Diamond. We talked a lot about King Diamond in that video. But I said I needed another one, and unfortunately they were sold out on Big Bad Toy Store, because if you didn't order, that was your only hope, really. I heard the Super 7 store out in San Francisco does have some, so maybe look up there. But I did post a link because people probably canceled their pile of loot, canceled their orders, and a few more of these came in stock. So I put a message out there on SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and YouTube community page saying, here's the link. Guys, if you want it, jump after it. Because if you guys have looked at eBay, these have been selling for hundreds of dollars. Pro tip out there, heavy metal collectibles go up and up in value. There is a lot of heavy metal fans out there. There's a lot of people that love Iron Maiden that grab Iron Maiden figures. Same with King Diamond. You don't get a King Diamond figure like this every single day. Iron Maiden you get via NECA and stuff on a fairly regular basis. But this is going to be, if you're investing in figures, this is quite the investment. I could see this being hundreds of dollars. I mean, it already is right now, but there'll be a little bit of lull once people get theirs. But a year from now, 2 years from now, this is going to be pricey. This is one of those investments I'm going to sit back on. I'm happy with my loose one. We'll see what happens with this one in the future there. But King Diamond, a second one. I was very happy to get a second King Diamond. I hope some of you guys got King Diamond out there. Hopefully you went to Big Bad Toy Store and picked one up, because I can't recommend it strongly enough. I loved that figure. So there you go. And then I went to Nerdin' Out. I was at a Walmart in Inner Grove Heights, I believe it was, Minnesota, on my travels. Went to the Walmart, and I was walking to my car, and I saw across the street there was a toy shop. And I said, wait a minute, I better check this out. So watch my figure hunting video. You'll see that there. But I did pick something up that caught my eye. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Of course, old Bill and Ted. A young metalhead like myself, I was about 9, 10 years old when that came out. I remember being so jazzed to see Jim Martin of Faith No More. Faith No More was my first real favorite band. Still love Faith No More. Still disappointed I didn't get to go see them last week because of their show cancellations. But I was so excited, and I love Bill and Ted as well. I never saw the third one. Maybe one of these days I'll see the third Bill and Ted movie. I don't know. But this was part of their toy line. It's a phone booth, and it does glow in the dark a little bit. But I saw this, and I said I was going to pass. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like I can get use out of this phone booth somewhere. Maybe with a Marvel Legends display. Maybe with a NECA Ninja Turtle display. I just said, this is too good to pass up. I've never seen it before. I want to support this local store, so I'm going to pick this up. And that's exactly what I did. So I'll take a look at that one of these days. I don't know. We got a lot of stuff to unbox, as you can see. And we're not even halfway done with the week. This is a crazy week. a wallet busting week. I'm hoping the next few weeks are pretty slow, and they should be for the most part. But I got a lot of unboxings to do. So some of this stuff, I don't know when we're going to get to it. I guess if you want to leave me a comment and say, hey, move this to the top of the list, I'd really like to see this one soon, feel free to do that. Maybe you can help steer me in the right direction of what you guys want to see. And speaking of things I wanted to see, one thing I wanted to see this week was Turtle Anxiety smashed again, and that's exactly what happened as I found the new frogs, Minnesota Frog Country, but it's the other pack. I've never seen so many frogs as I saw up in Minnesota. They got frogs, they got warlords. Minnesota's got a lot going for them, but I saw some stores had 15 sets of the old frogs, just unbelievable. But the new frogs just started hitting this week. I actually walked into a store as the NECA guy just put them on the shelf. I grabbed him. I said, yes. I didn't know he was the NECA guy. He was just standing there kind of admiring his work. There was 2 of them they put out. I grabbed it. I was taking a picture of one to send into that old outlaw. That old outlaw Waylon Jennings, as we help each other with these Turtle Anxiety here. And I sent it to him, and this guy goes, hey, I'm the NECA guy. I just put those out. I said, oh, great. I came at the right time. And he goes, well, I see these on eBay later this afternoon. And I just gave him one of those looks. And I'm like, why do I explain myself? I'm not even from this state. I'm not from this area. I don't even know where I am. If you close my eyes and put me outside, I'd be lost because I have no idea. I'm just following the GPS around. And I just turned to him and I said, no, but you'll see it in YouTube in the next week or so. I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers. Why don't you make sure you subscribe? I need to get a business card made that I can just hand to people. Because, I don't know, I was offended. He thought I was selling these. No, I said, yeah, I'm getting one for my old outlaw friend, Waylon Jennings. One's for me. I'm going to unbox it. And I'm like, why am I explaining myself to this guy? Why didn't I just walk away? But, you know, I'm just a nice guy. I love that chit-chat. I just love a little chit-chat. But I got called a scalper twice this week. And my feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt when I found, in that figure hunting video, I found the What If wave and the Age of Apocalypse wave. They had just put those out. I was all excited. I was loading the cart up, and some young stalker kid comes out. He goes, so what are these going for on eBay right now? And I said, I don't know. I'm unboxing these on my channel, and guess what? I'm looking towards 10,000 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe. And he looked at me like, yeah, right, you're a scalper. And it's just... it is what it is. What do I care what they think? But it just irks you. But I was like, I wanted to be like, if I was a scalper, I'd buy every single one. I'm not buying the doubles. I'm not buying some of these other ones. I'd be buying all of them. But whatever. I'm a collector, and you guys know that. But happy to have the frogs done. Probably a little bit of a lackluster set. I don't see this one being really exciting. And once again, NECA, fool me once, shame on you. You'll never fool me again. This went up for pre-order last week, and a couple days after they said it went on pre-order, there it is in the store. So I'm done buying from NECA online unless I really, really have to. And I fully expect to see the newsroom set out here in the next couple of weeks in my Target stores. And then I'm going to be waiting and saying, when's it coming in the mail? They got me to pre-order it at San Diego Comic-Con, and it's going to come 2 months after I see it in the store. I'm fully anticipating that happening. I hope not, but that's the way I see it going. And then finally, for round 2 of weekly purchases, before we start weekly purchases round 3, I did find right at the last minute, right before my figure hunt video went on Friday morning, I went to my local Walmart, and who do I finally come across? Old Casey Jones, the unmasked version, one of the biggest cash grabs of all time, as they just gave us a different head from the way I see it at least, but we'll see. But got Casey Jones, been hunting that one for weeks, and I was finally happy to have that one off the plate through the door. So there's round 2 of weekly purchases. We got one more set. Let's hit up round 3. All right, guys, I wasn't kidding. I said this was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, weekly purchases episode of all time. So many pickups this week. It's just the perfect storm of everything coming. It just happens every once in a while. I think probably the biggest weekly purchases ever was the traditional week, and then I had about 1,000 Star Wars figures that we've been unboxing this year. But you take that out of it, this very well could be one of the biggest ones. And one thing that really sucks about this one, though, is all the new price increases, especially those Marvel Legends figures. We've talked about that ad nauseum on the channel. I was saying it before anybody else out there. Price increases are coming. They're here, and sticker shock is there. When you buy 3 Marvel Legends and you're paying $74, oof, that's a far cry from the old days when you were $30 and change. But that's the way, and I do strongly feel January we're going to see maybe another round of price increases, so be prepared. It's coming. So it's tough times. All right, let's jump into part 3 of weekly purchases, and we're going to hit some Star Wars. Hasbro Pulse exclusive, Han Solo on the throwback Power of the Force card. We unboxed Luke Skywalker. And that Luke. We unboxed Greedo. That was definitely a thumbs up, like the old Fonz. I like that one. This Han, I'm somewhere in the middle, so we'll have to unbox it. We'll have to get down to it. We'll have to see what we really think of this Han Solo Power of the Force. These truly are better on card. But you guys know me. I got to open it up. I just can't resist. Can't resist. How about a little bit of favorite of mine? One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I don't promote him as much as I do the face-painted wrestlers and some of those other guys, but I have been a huge Cactus Jack fan since the get-go. Since the old GWF days, watching on ESPN as a little kid. So I've been following Mick Foley for a long time. Heck, I've told the story about when Mick, Terry Funk, and I went out for pizza one time. What a night that was. And probably one of my best wrestling memories of all time. But I did get the Cactus Jack ringside exclusive through the door this week. Very happy to get that. And guess what? I got two. I don't buy two of a lot of figures unless they're really favorites of mine, or if I really do want to get one signed one day. And this is a cool enough package. I love Cactus Jack. I'd be all in on getting this autographed one day. So I'm sure I'll have the opportunity. I'm very glad I ordered two, because if I ordered one from In On Card, you can see ringside unfortunately didn't pack this one so well, so I'm pretty dinged up, unfortunately. But this one, Minty Mint, this will be the one we open on the channel. So stay tuned for this. Maybe we'll unbox him Sunday on the channel, tomorrow maybe. I can't wait to get this Cactus out. We'll compare him to some other Cactus Jack figures as well. So stay tuned. Got two Cactus Jacks this week. Happy. But you can't talk Cactus Jack without talking his greatest rival, and you know who I'm talking about. One of the guys on my Mount Rushmore of wrestling figures, wrestlers, I should say. Old Terry Funk. I love Terry Funk. You guys know that. I just talked about Mick and Cactus Mick Cactus, Mankind, Dude Love, and Terry Funk, and I all had dinner one night for pizza, and Terry Funk was there. But I did get the Pro Wrestling Tees Micro Brawler Terry Funk bloody version. I have the regular version. Now I got the bloody version. More Terry Funk figures, the better. I can't wait for more Terry. Chainsaw Charlie coming late 2022, unfortunately. But he is coming, so we'll stay tuned for that one. But I got Terry, and it was so nice I had to get two. So there it is. I got two of those Terry Funks. Absolutely love it. Happy to have Cactus. Happy to have Terry Funk. Two of my all-time favorites on the table here today. Now we turn our attention to a little He-Man action. Big Bad Toy Store coming through for me. I got a shipping notice. Only one that shipped. I guess the rest of the set will come soon, so maybe I'll wait till I unbox. But I got the Eternian Goddess. They've got that one. A little bit of a deep cut out there, I would say. A little throwback, so we'll talk this when we review it. But we got the Eternian Goddess, and you guys know me and my He-Man origins. Had to get two. I keep one on card, and I unbox one. I love ordering via Big Bad Toy Store, as I know I'm getting them on Punch. So I always order through there. If I do find them in stores somehow early, I will cancel my order. But happy to have the Eternian Goddess through the door. And that's not it. If you saw my figure hunting video, clearance starting to hit the Walmarts for He-Man. It's probably about time. $11 He-Man on clearance. Well, I got some plans. I needed another He-Man. I said, well, if I'm going to get another He-Man, I'm going to buy it while it's cheap, and that's exactly what I did. So stay tuned. We'll have a custom He-Man here eventually on the channel. Just stay tuned for that one. We keep going. We keep going with Marvel Legends once again via Amazon. This one, we've got Webman. A little bit of a cash grab, but I do like this because this is a real character. He might have only been around 2 issues. I believe Dr. Doom created him. But it's just different enough and quirky enough, and I like it. So all in, got Webman through the door. That's, I thought, pretty cool out there. And then I got a special delivery this week. Good friend of the channel, old Foreign Objects. Follow him on Instagram. I've got Power Warrior. I've never dived into these figures before, but you guys know I'm a sucker for face paint. I'm a sucker for a quasi-member of the Legion of Doom, the old Power Warrior. This was a big deal when I was a little kid. I remember seeing Power Warrior, no animal, and I said, this just isn't right, but the green always caught me, the face paint caught me. You guys know I was all in. So I dabbled. I said, you know what? I'm picking this up. I saw his post. He posts stuff about every single day. First one to claim gets it. I picked this up at a great price. He also sent me some stickers, a nice pin, everything else. And I'll give you a little point there, Foreign Objects. I know you guys like a point because you know it's official when there's a point. That's a little bit of an inside joke. But got Power Warrior through there, so I do appreciate that. How about this one? I passed Angel, Devil on the Shoulders. Didn't know which way I was going to go. Finally pulled the trigger, and I had that old outlaw said, hey, do you need this? And I said, I guess I will. Just pick it up for me. And we swapped. I gave him the frogs I picked up for him. He picked up the Unraveled Warrior for me. Garbage Pail Kids Ultimate Warrior. Going to go on my Ultimate Warrior miscellaneous shelf. I'm not sure if I'm going to open this or leave it in pack. I'm just not sure yet. Part of me wants to open it. Part of me thinks it might display better. Part of me thinks, hey, what? Maybe I'll find another one. I'll get two. I don't know. We'll see. But the Unraveled Warrior through the door this week. We got two things left in the longest weekly purchases we've had in a long, long time. Part of my Minnesota invasion. I was on my way and I stopped in Mason City, Iowa. Yes, Mason City, Iowa. Mason City. I don't know what else there is to say about it, but I did come across the Ultimate Edition Ric Flair, and I said, I can't let other people have all the fun. He was only $9.89 on clearance. I said, for $9.89, I can't pass up. I love Ric Flair. I know he's controversial. He's in the media right now, that Dark Side of the Ring thing. I get all that, but I still love Ric Flair. He was a favorite of mine, still a favorite of mine. I'm not an autograph guy, and I've said that a lot of times on the channel, but that Cactus Jack and this Ric Flair, I would definitely not be opposed to having them autograph either of these. Maybe I'll get that opportunity one day. Check out the unboxing. We unboxed this on the channel. A phenomenal figure. I just love Ric Flair. You guys know. So there it is, Ric Flair. And then finally, I got to give props to my wife, Angie. We've seen Angie. She's built Detolfs on the channel. She's been on a few videos with us. We know her. We love her. She helped me out big time. I was up traveling. I was in Wisconsin. She went to our local Target, and what did she see on the shelf? She knew I needed this. She said, hey, do you need this? And I said, yes, I do. Breaker with the Ramjet, G.I. Joe Classified, Cobra Island exclusive. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Through the door. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, do not fret about this. Do not pay scalper prices for this. Online, if you follow online G.I. Joe stuff, there's stores that are getting 24 of these in one shot. Cobra Island anxiety is long done. And guess what? Your old boy Kyle's been saying since day one. Some people comment and say, oh, you're wrong. That's not true. It goes back. At the end of the day, Hasbro, Mattel, NECA, whoever it is, guess what? They want every dollar in your wallet. They want every dollar, and then they said, hey, there's a dime in your wallet. Give me that too. They want every penny you can get. They're a business. They are not a nonprofit. If there's demand and they can make money, they want them out there. G.I. Joe's no different. It was all caught up in that COVID. We've talked about it on the channel. Caught up in COVID and the issues with COVID and distribution and just the normal distribution of a new line and not sure what the anticipation of customer reaction would be. Perfect storm hit G.I. Joe Classified series. Now they're starting to load up. I can go to any store in my area right now. I can get Cobra Commander. I can get Lady J. I can get Flint. I even saw a Major Blood last week on the shelves. G.I. Joe anxiety is over. Just be patient. Patience is a key with this one. They've figured out the sweet spot. Now is the pendulum going to go in the wrong direction? We're going to start seeing clearance, things not selling, peg warmers. Then we got trouble. So it's all related. It all goes together. But trust me, all these companies want your money. They want your money at the end of the day. That's just the way it is. Every day in my business, I tell my customers I deal with, I say, when there's issues, believe you me, I want every penny you'll give me. I just can't always give you the product, unfortunately. COVID, 2021, COVID. But there it is. Thank you to my wife, Angie, getting G.I. Joe anxiety done for me. You know I'm going to unbox this guy on the channel this week. I got to get G.I. Joe to the front of the lineup. But I would be curious to know what you guys got this week. I'd be curious to know what you guys want me to unbox. What are you most anticipating? What do you want to see first? Like I said, I'll probably move this to the top of the list. Cactus Jack got to move to the top of the list. But from there, what would you want to see? Because I'm going to get to all of it. It's just going to take a while. We don't want 50 videos a day, and I don't got time for 50 videos a day. I don't got time for one video a day, but I make it work. For you guys know how I make it work. I make it work, so there it is. But give me your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you picked up this week, what your favorite thing on the table was here, and all that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you like this video. Of course, you made it this far. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Close to 10,000. You guys know once we hit that 10,000, we got giveaways. We got a Q&A video. We're going to have an Ultimate Warrior top 10 and a lot of other surprises and a lot of fun stuff. So help me get to 10,000. Make sure your friends subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff out there. Retweet the video, promote the video, whatever you want to do. That stuff always helps as well. Yeah, I'm asking for your help. There you go. But anyways, we're going to get down to it, and you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend. I'll see you guys all real soon. Will these Sentinels ever come? My friend Tom Petty was right. The waiting truly is the hardest part. Wait a minute. Who could that be this late at night?
Dad, the Sentinels came.
What? That's not the
White Sentinel. Angie L's grounded.